Today we're going to be talking about series that I left behind. So basically what that means is just a series that I started but I did not finish. And we have three categories. One is rebound, the other is slow fade, and then the last one is pause with intentions. So let's get into it. My name is Raquel. Welcome and welcome back. So I have, I think it's 14 series that I have not completed for one reason or another. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. We're going to start out with the Rebound. So the Rebound are books that I picked up maybe because they were popular or maybe somebody recommended it. There was a reason why I picked this book up. It wasn't something that I just, went through, found, and decided to read. And the first book from Rebound is Zoo Boys by Tatiana Timmons. This series is super popular. It is still popular right now. I still see a lot of people recommending it. I read book number one, which is Zoo Boys. There is a series of 6 books. I read book number one. Um, I think based on the synopsis, I felt like I was not getting what the synopsis said I was getting. And as I'm reading it, I realized that it's about this guy and this girl who grew up together in foster care, and they make this promise to each other. And the girl at one point breaks the promise. And I don't know. It didn't do it for me. So I won't be going back to Zoo Boys. At least I don't think I'm gonna go back to Zoo Boys. And the reason why I say that is because I tried to read Demon's Dream. I want to say back in 22. Whenever it came out, I read 4 chapters of Demon's Dream, and I was just like, no, not for me. So over the years, Demon Dream has, come back with a resurge, and it is super popular right now. It is like the best book since ice cream. And I've been going back and forth, on whether or not I want to try it. One of the things is I know that I get into a reading slump when I read a book that is so good that it's hard to follow up. So that's one of the reasons why I don't want to read it. In addition to, I don't really like the name of it. That kind of, I don't know, it kind of feels icky to me. And, what it's supposed to be about doesn't really interest me, to tell you the truth. But um, I have started reading Demon's Dream, and I'm a little bit more susceptible to it than I was when I originally read it. And so I've started all over again from the beginning. It'll probably take me a million years to read it because I don't know. I'm not interested, but I'm thinking that, who doesn't want to read a good book? So, Zoo Boys, it didn't do anything for me at the time. So I think that maybe I wasn't in the, I wasn't connected to it because of where I was mentally. So I have no intentions on going back, but that is not a promise. Then I have Misfit Loves by J. Jones. And Misfit Love was really good, really messy. I enjoyed it. I read book number one. There are 2 books in the series about this girl who steals from her employer, and her employer is a friend to her mom who passed away, and her mom told this employer to take care of her, and that's what he's trying to do. But the girl doesn't know that he is trying to take care of her because of her mom, and she steals from him, and he finds out. So this was really good, really messy, and it has mob ties, and there are a lot of different things that I like. I like the motorcycle thing. I like the mob ties. I like the messy baby mama. Like I like some of that stuff. Really, it is my guilty pleasure. I love it. But I don't want to read book number two. I'm happy at book one. Book one was so good. I do not want book two to mess it up for me. I have no desire for book two to mess it up for me. So I'm not going to book two. And that's just that. Then with Azia and Calman, Azia and Kalman by Genesis Quad. There is three books in the series. I read book number one. I liked book number one, and I feel the same way about this book as I feel about Misfits. I enjoyed book number one. I do not need to move on. I don't want the other books to mess it up. I don't feel like being dragged along to continue to go back and forth because that's kind of what they do in this series. They go back and forth. They like each other, and then something happens, and they stop talking, or she gets mad, she flips them off. Like it's just a whole bunch of back and forthness. And so, but I liked it. It was good, and I don't want the rest of the books to drag me along for a ride just for them to end up together in the end. Now, I don't know if they're going to be together in the end, but I imagine that's what's going to happen. They're going to get there happily ever after. And I don't want to be dragged along for the ride. I can already kind of see where it's going. So now we are going to get into slow fade. So slow fade is I never meant to stop reading the books. I just never went back, and I didn't do it on purpose. I just didn't, go back. So the first book is the Baxter County Blues series, which is by Riley Baxter. And I read Securing His Heart. This was a good book. I would say I give it like I don't know, 3.5, I guess. Or maybe a little bit more, not quite a 4, but somewhere in there. I like the book, and this is a series about men who have these really big problems, and I guess the women who love them through it. Or, yeah, well, that's what I kind of get from it. And so, Securing His Heart was this guy who, had these huge issues, and he kind of used his girlfriend for a therapist until she was like, wait a minute, you're gonna have to decide if you want me to be therapist or girlfriend. Because if you want me to be your girlfriend, you're gonna have to go find you a therapist. And I appreciated her doing that because like the stuff he was dropping on her was a little bit too much. Especially since that is really how they started their relationship. But it was a good book, and I have every intentions on reading the other two books. So the other two books are called um, Hooked on Loving Him and Counting His Heartbeat. I really want to see what the other issues are of the guys and how the women handle those. So I may go back. I can't say 100% I'm going to go back, but I would like to go ahead and read that again. Then we have Pinky Promise by Kay Nicole, which I enjoyed. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good book. That is another one. I do not want you to drag me along for the rest of the promises that somebody's going to break or whatever. I think book one was good enough. I don't need any more. I don't have any questions. I feel like one book, like a short, I feel like it was great as is, and I just don't have a desire to read anything else connected to this book. And then we have Reclaim Me by J.L. Seegers, which is the book I read in the New Haven series. It's book number 3. And I read this by accident because I was going through the series. This probably should have been in the other one with the popular books. Everybody was raving about this series, and that is why I read it. It's not something I wandered across. And I was reading the synopsis of each book and deciding if I wanted to read it. And I think by the time I landed on book number three, I had decided, and I wound up reading book number three. And that is Reclaim Me. I enjoyed Reclaim Me. It was really soft and sweet. And I generally say, well, I don't like those kind of books because I want something to be happening, like, you know. And this book was really soft and really sweet, and it wasn't too much drama. It was just kind of really mild, and I really enjoyed it. So it kind of gave me an idea of different a different type of romance. Like, I don't know, ever since I started reading, I never really wanted to read uh, some guy comes in on a white horse and swifts you away and saves you and takes you to the castle. Like, that sounds so corny to me. And so that is kind of the way I think of certain types of romance. The funny thing is, whenever I do wander into that, I wind up enjoying the book. And I still do not go over there on purpose. It's usually an accident, just like this. It wasn't something that I would, wander through and pick out. But I did enjoy it, and it's a possibility I'll go back and read the other ones. This one has 6 books in the series. I read book number 3, which is Reclaim. Okay, so now we're going to get into Pause with Intention. So these books are books series that I didn't finish only because I haven't had a time to go through them, but I intend to read them before 2025 is over, because I have definitely, these are the ones that really piqued me. It's not, no reason why I didn't go back. Life has just been lifing, so the first one is the Connecticut King series by Christina C. Jones and Love Belvin. I love this series hands down. I love this series. It is a sports romance, and it is about a football team in Connecticut called the Connecticut Kings. So currently there are 10 books. I have read 8 books. Not going to list off the 8 books, but I will tell you the last 2 books that I have not read, which is Free Agent and Love in the Neutral Zone. I am looking forward to these. And like, there are so many good books. It is so hard to get everything in. I was reading a book yesterday and I thought to myself, it's too bad you can't like listen to multiple books at one time. Anyways, um, so I definitely intend to finish that. I am too far in to back out now. Like I said, I'm on 8. I only have 2 left, and I hope they continue this series. I hope it never stops. I love it. And then we have the Crenshaw King series by Siobhan Latrice. Currently, there are 8 books, and I am on book number 7, which is Save Room for Love. Now, I have to say, out of the 7 books that I have read, Save Room for Us is taking me a lot longer than any of the other books. Um, I'm not into it as much as I was the other books, and I'm not sure if it's what's happening, if I have read so much of her material that it isn't exciting anymore, or yeah, I'm not real sure what's happening here. Maybe it's just this particular book. Maybe some of the other books I'm currently reading are more interesting. I don't know. I just know that this one is not hitting the same way the rest of them do. And then there is book number 8, which is already out. It came out a few weeks back. It's called Love's Most Wanted. And I think this one is about Unique. Um, and I really need to catch up because I'm pretty sure she's going to do a book on, what's her name? Blair, whatever her name is, the sister, the one and only sister. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading a book with her in it. I know that she's grown up, she's teenage now, and I'm really looking forward to her story. I don't want to skip anything, so I will get back to this. Then we have Heavy is the Crown by Ivy Simone. Heavy is the Crown is so good. It is so good. I am currently reading Heavy is the Crown. It is so good. I am enjoying this book. So I haven't gotten to part 2 because I am not finished with part 1. I actually just started it a couple of days ago. And as of right now, I am thinking that yes, I do want to read part 2. The thing about knowing that I want to read part 2 for this book is just that it's one of those enemies to lovers, I think. And right now they're not together. I don't know if they are even going to get together in this book. So I'm thinking if they don't get together in this book, they'll get together in the next book, which I'm looking forward to. So I want, at this point in the process, I want to read book 2, but I don't know that because I'm not finished with book 1. Then we have the Skyland series, which is by Kennedy Ryan. So I have read This Could Be Us. I have read, I've read the first 2 books. I can't think of the other. I can't think of the name of the other. Yeah, This Could Be Us and something else. I don't know. So right now I am currently also reading Can't Get Enough. So that's 3 books that I am currently reading right now. And yeah, I think that this is going to be Can't Get Enough. I think that's going to be a forbidden love, which is one of my favorite tropes. So I am into that. And then we have Whip Fade, which is by Bailey West. There are 2 books in the series. I have read Anuri. Anuri was one of those books, like we were talking about, that's so soft and so sweet and so beautiful. Anuri is about a woman being loved properly. This is a beautiful Black love story. I enjoyed it. Um, it doesn't have any of my usual mess in it. No baby mama drama, no motorcycles, no mobs, none of that. This is one of those really soft, really sweet, cupcakey type of romance, but it's really beautiful. I totally enjoyed it. And I have not read Macy, which is book 2. I do want to read Macy. And I also love a book about a barbershop or a beauty shop or cosmetology of any sort. And that is what Whip Fate is about. And then the last one is the Country Hood series by Monica Walters. So I have read 8 Seconds to Love. I have not read the last 2 books. Um, I do want to read those last 2 books. I am already working on 3 books, so I will get around to it before the end of the year. These are my 2025 goals, along with those other 10 books. But really, I can do it. I know I can. I mean, it's not that hard. I read every day for hours on end, so it's really, really something that I believe that I can achieve. Have you guys read the Connecticut Kings? So some of these are popular, like the Zoo Boys, the New Haven series, the Skyland series. These are some very popular series. And I don't hear people talking about the Connecticut King series. And like I said, this is like really all-time favorite. It is sports romance. Have you guys read the Connecticut King series? Let me know in the comments. And Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, see you soon.